Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Dilan Janti and I'm from class B23. And now I will be your teacher for this short lesson. So today we're going to talk about something really important in English grammar. It is active and passive voice. But before we jump in, let's check our goals for today. First, we're going to understand the difference between active and passive voice. The second, we will learn how to identify sentences in both forms. And finally, we will practice changing sentences from active to passive form. Sounds good, isn't it? So let's get started. Alright, now let's talk about what active and passive voice actually are. Okay, active and passive voice are simply two different ways to make sentences, guys. Both are correct, but the difference is in the focus. To make it clear, let's look more closely at active voice. In active voice, the subject is the one performing the action. So the structure is simple. Subject plus verb plus object. For example, the teacher explains the lesson. Do you get it, guys? Let's break it down. The subject here is the teacher. Why? Because the teacher is the one who do the action. She explained. Explain is the verb, right? And then what being explained here is the object, which is the lesson. You got it, guys? Let's do it again. The students answered the question. What do you think, guys? Who's doing the action here? Yeah, the students. So here, the students is the subject. And what they do? They answered the question. So the verb is answered, and what being answered is the object, which is the lesson. Easy, right? So in active voice, the focus is on the subject doing the action. Now let's move to the passive voice. In passive voice, the subject of the sentence is not doing the action anymore, instead receiving the action. That's why we say the subject is acted upon by the verb. So the structure is object plus form of be plus verb 3 or past participle and plus by plus subject. Here, the verb be is very important, guys. It changes depending on the tenses. For present tense, we use am, is, are. For past tense, we use was or were. For perfect tenses, we use been. And for continuous tenses, we use being. And after be, we always use verb 3 or past participle. Remember, guys, verb have three main forms. Verb 1 is the best form or original word. For example, like eat. Verb 2 is the past form. When we say eat in the past, we say ate. And verb 3 is the past participle, and it changes to eaten. And this one is the one we always use in passive voice. So whenever you want to make passive sentences, just remember form of be plus verb 3 or past participle. And be careful for the tenses as well, guys. Now let's take the examples. The question is answered by the students. What do you think, guys? What tense is this? Yep, this one is present simple passive. Here, the object, the question comes first, and then followed by form of be is, which for present tense, and answered is the verb 3, right? And finally, by the students, which tells us who does the action. But remember, by the students is optional. We don't always need to mention who is the doer, okay? Okay, what about this one? What tense do you see here? Right? It's present perfect passive. Because we can see here we have has been plus verb 3 written. Write, wrote, written. And in this sentence, we don't even say who wrote it. Because it's not important. As I said before, it's optional, guys. And the last one, the lesson is being explained by the teacher. Which tense do you think is this, guys? Yes, this is present continuous passive. Because we have form of be is being plus verb 3 explained, which is show the action is happening right now. Again, the phrase by the teacher is optional. If we say the lesson is explained, it's also true. So the key idea in passive voice is on the object or the action, not on the person who doing it. Alright guys, now let's practice changing active to passive voice. Let's see these sentences. They invited 100 people to the wedding. This is active. Who is the subject? Yeah, they. And what is the verb? Invited, good. And the object is 100 people. Now we change it to passive, we move the object to the front, so it becomes 100 people were invited to the wedding. Do you see what happened, guys? The subject they is no longer important, so we can just drop it. So the focus is on 100 people, which is the object. So remember guys, we use active voice when the subject doing the action is more important, and we use passive voice when the object being talked about is more interesting. So that's how active and passive voice work. And now, to make sure you really got it, let's try some little quiz together. I will give you around 5 to 10 seconds to answer. So let's get started. Well done, good job everyone. Thank you for watching this video until the end, and I hope this video really helpful for you, and see you in the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.